All right. All right, we're here. We are live right now on Ustream. What's going on, y'all? We're live on Ustream. I'm just in one of those Parliament moods because Bernie Worrell of the Parliament Funkadelic C died, so I've been on my Parliament. So I just want to bump a little Parliament while I'm chopping it up. I just want to bump a little Parliament throughout the show. Oh, I just gotta let that ride for a minute. I'm gonna let that ride in the back while I chop it up. I'm gonna let that ride in the back while I chop it up with the family. That's the kind of mood I'm in. All right, man. What's up, man? We're in the room. We're in the house. How many people we got in here? We in here heavy. All right. My face is a little dry, but it's okay. Let me get my chapstick and shit together. All right, man. What's going on, fam? Oh, let's see who's in this chat room. All right. The phone number is 818-850-5404. That is the number. You gotta hit the band. All right. Let me turn that down real low. Oh, man. So how's the family doing, man? How y'all doing today, man? Great times tonight. Great weekend. I'm back from the road. I've been on the road a lot through the month of June doing lectures. I'm going to be back on the road in mid-July. Some of the dates I'm going to be in Boston. I'm going to be in Milwaukee. I'm going to be in Cleveland. I'm going to be in Phoenix. Cleveland is going to be July 30th. Phoenix is going to be, I think, August 6th. My Boston and Milwaukee, I got those mixed up. One of the places I'm going to be is on the, I think Milwaukee is the 15th. Boston is the Saturday after that. I'm going to have all that stuff on TariqLive.com. What I want to do, how come I'm not at the BET Awards? And man, I'm chilling with the family, man. I'm cool. I'm cool. I am cool. I'm trying to squeeze in some other dates in between that. I'm going to try to squeeze in Chicago and Atlanta in between that. So tomorrow, my office, we're going to be making a lot of phone calls to some of the venues to see if I can put that together. So while I'm on the road, I can just hit these spots up real heavy. So they're going to put me in any tiny hotel rooms? No, the hotel rooms are pretty cool. There's New York. New York is already, the room's already small out there in New York. I talk to my More Rust people tomorrow. I'm having a meeting with the developers tomorrow because we're going to be doing some testing, some beta runs, possibly next week for the More Rust app. I got a conference call in the morning. They're going to show me some stuff where I can get people to do some beta testing for it. So the family in here, I want you guys to be, and also the people who contributed to More Rust, to be the ones doing the beta testing. So I keep you guys posted on that. That's going to be within a few days, actually. Again, I have a phone call with them in the morning, and they're going to show me all the technical stuff of what I need to do and all that. So More Rust is coming. More Rust is on its way. I'm ready. It's just my developers. I got some overseas developers, and they're dragging ass a little bit. So I've been cursing them out and all that old good stuff. But it's going to be cracking. Say Jesse Williams was dropping. That brother's always spitting some hot fire. You just got your shirt, BK. That's what's up, brother. Hold on. Let me. Again, R.I.P. to Bernie Worrell of the Parliament Funkadelic.
Well, everybody raise your hand and move them back and forth across the room. Come on, and move your body. Yeah. Everybody move your body.
Oh, I just gotta let this ride.
Everybody swing down. Hey, y'all.
know Bernie Worrell.
It's gonna take energy to get the mothership in here tonight.
Bernie Worrell was a keyboardist for the Parliament Funkadelic. This brother, incredible, man. This brother brought so much innovation to keyboarding and different sounds. Oh, this brother was amazing. This is one of the songs he played on. You gotta be a player to really appreciate this. This is like some old school player shit right here. Milwaukee's on the 23rd. Are you sure? Is Milwaukee on the 23rd? Okay, I gotta look at my schedule. I'm gonna have all my schedule together. Oh man. That's that player shit right there. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that guitar solo. Eddie Hazel, he was a beast too. Say YouTube. Well, this is live in concert, so hopefully they don't flag me for playing this. This is live, so I don't know. Bootsy is a beast too, man. Yeah, Bootsy is incredible too. I love Bootsy. Love Bootsy Collins. Yes, indeed. What's my thought on Kyrie Irving? I saw that. Kyrie Irving. I saw Kyrie Irving have the white girl pool party. I saw Kyrie Irving had a pool, not a pool party, but a boat party. And there was a bunch of white girls on there. Let me cut my music so I can chop it up because I'm getting too much into the groove. So let me just chop it on up. But Kyrie Irving, I saw my man. He had like a boat party, and somebody said that he specifically wanted white girls on there. I don't know if that was the case. They said that he didn't want any black girls on the boat. I'm not going to put that on the brother because I don't know. A lot of people make up rumors online. But I did see some video footage of that boat party with all the white girls. And my thing is, those dudes had some extra average ass white girls on that damn boat. And brothers got to get off that shit. Little dude, my thing is that you're surrounding yourself around motherfuckers just because they white, you losing. Those were some of the most extra average ass white girls I've seen in my life. They looked like they just drove down to the mall, walked into a Supercuts, and just got all the hairstylists that was in there and said, we're having a boat party. I'm like, my goodness. That was real lackluster. I'm like, damn, y'all should have had, y'all could have had some sisters on that boat. Well, hey, that's your preference. If y'all think white is right, knock yourself out. I can't knock a motherfucker because of their preference, but damn. I'm not even basic. I'm talking about they were extra average. They weren't even basic, nigga. They weren't even average. They were extra average. And my thing, I give a white girl props if she's fly. I'm not a hater. I'm not, the white people are ugly to me. No, I ain't on that shit. There's some fine-ass fucking white girls out there. There's some beautiful white women out there. Then there's some old extra average ones out there too, and that's what was on that damn boat. They had some extra average white girls on that boat. So when I see dudes do that, you just surround yourself around a bunch of motherfuckers because they white. That's a coon spirit, possibly. And I'm not saying Kyrie Irving is a coon. I'm not saying that at all. Not saying that at all. But you got a lot of brothers out here, man. Let's just be real. A lot of dudes out here in the sports industry. You know, the sports industry almost breed coon energy. You got a lot of dudes, man, who come from the hood. A lot of dudes, every interaction they see of women who look like them is a negative one. They grew up in the hood, seeing their mom struggling, so they look at black females as struggling. And they look at white females, no matter how she look or what background she's from, they look at that as a form of freedom. And a lot of dudes, they get with motherfuckers simply because they're white. Now, if you're doing that, that's something else. If you get with somebody and they just happen to be cool and y'all vibe, and they're from another race, hey, you know, it is what it is. But that shit with a boat full of extra average white girls, that ain't no shit where you just vibe with people based on their personality. You're purposely going out getting anything that's white. And that's a little coonish to me. That's a little coonish to me. That's why a lot of cats, man, a lot of youngsters, you shouldn't look up to every motherfucker who can dribble a ball or run down a field with a ball. You shouldn't look up to them. Because a lot of times there's a coon spirit there that's not admirable whatsoever. So that's the problem I have. I have a problem with dudes going for the extra average chicks just because they're not just white, but just non-black. Because they'll go get some extra average Mexican chicks. They'll go get some extra average Asian chicks. They'll get anything that ain't black. And I ain't with that. That's something else. And again, I ain't knocking dudes for having, you know, a little piece of this and a little piece of that from different ethnicities. I mean, there's some cool chicks out there from different ethnicities. Sometimes you might meet a cool Asian chick or a cool Polynesian chick or whatever. But if there's a pattern, we might have to put you on that whole plantation celebration award. Yeah, I heard about that situation up there in Sacramento. The white supremacist groups went up there trying to have a protest, and they ran their asses up out of there. A few people got stabbed, though. A couple of brothers got stabbed. I know some of the white supremacists got beat up, but they got them the hell on up out of there. Shout out to the folks who got them white supremacists on up out of there. You dig? Yeah, that's crazy. These white supremacists, they're trying their best to get bold. The white supremacists are trying their best to get real bold, having these neo-Nazi marches and all that stuff. And they were trolling me today. The neo-Nazis and the white supremacists, they stay trying to troll me. And I said this earlier on Twitter. One thing the white supremacists will do, they'll try to change up the names of their organizations. They'll say, well, we're not white supremacists, we're white separatists. We're not white separatists, we're white nationalists. We're not racist, we're race realists. They come up with all these little bullshit terms. Understand this. All of them have the same foundation, which is harming black people. All right? All of these white supremacist organizations, the foundation of their organizations, all of them, is to harm black people. Ultimately, they want to come up with ways to harm black people. They can call themselves white nationalists, white supremacists, white extremists, white realists, race realists, neo-Nazis, any goddamn name they come up with. It's all the same foundation. Harming black folks. You dig? And they're getting real bold now because of Trump. Trump has a lot of momentum, so they can't wait. That Trump is their Hitler. That's why these neo-Nazi groups, with all their swastikas and all that, they've been looking for a new Hitler, and Trump is their new Hitler. Now let's get this shit to a head. I don't mind a Hitler in office because we need to bring this shit to a head. The Free State of Jones movie, I have to see what it's about. It has a white savior vibe to it. The author of the book, Free State of Jones, she was kind of debating me on Twitter. She jumped in my timeline. The woman who actually wrote the book, I forgot what her name is an older white lady, elderly white lady, because I was complaining about, you know, slave movies, and she hopped on my timeline, was like, well, Free State of Jones is not a slave movie. I said, ma'am, I know the story of the Jones guy. The guy had relationships with enslaved people. His family members owned slaves, so it is a goddamn slave movie, man. Let's not just kind of nitpick words. It's a slave movie. You dig? But it has too. It's a white savior thing to me, and I'm not really with the whole white savior shit. So most likely, yeah, I'll let y'all tell me how it is. I'm not really gung ho about seeing it. You know, if I want to hear about somebody challenging the Confederacy and the Union and all of these um, groups and challenging the system of slavery, you know, I'll stick to the Nat Turner story. I'll stick to the Haitian Revolution story. I'll stick to the Gullahs and the Geechees. I'll stick to the Fort Negro. I'll stick to the Seminoles, the Black Seminoles. And that's another thing. I would like to do possibly a documentary about the Haitian Revolution. I'm really thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about the next. What's up, Ola? Shout out to Ola. Ola's in the house. Ola's in the house. Everybody say what's up to Ola. But I'm trying to think of the next documentary I'm going to do. It's going to be a while before Hidden Colors 5, so I want to do another documentary. One thing I'm going to do a narrative film later on this year. There's a narrative film, meaning a scripted film that I'm going to do later on this year. I'm going to, after I'm done touring this summer, I really want to focus on getting this narrative film out. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to shoot it. Out here in LA, the permits to shoot is such a beast because a lot of the movie is going to take place outside. It's going to be like an action film. So I will probably shoot it in Detroit or probably shoot it in Atlanta. So we're looking at those options. Or here, but we have to do it really guerrilla style out here because I ain't trying to pay all them fucking, well, let me not say that. I'm not trying to pay permits and then they see me out shooting and then, you know, they trip on us. But as far as the documentary, but I do want to do another documentary, and I've been thinking about doing a whole documentary really about the Gullah Geechee. That would be a hard one. But really doing one about the Haitian Revolution. You dig? And also, there's another documentary that I have in mind because I have so many friends in the hip-hop community thinking about doing like a hip-hop documentary talking about race and hip-hop and just really correlating that. So that's another thing I'm thinking about doing. So I'm just kind of kicking around stuff. Just kind of kicking around stuff. Yeah, you know, y'all know if I do it, you know, it's going to tell the real deal. What's up, Shell? I think they've done stuff on Shaka Zulu, but I really want to, you know, tell the Haitian Revolution story. But I don't know. I don't know. These are just some ideas. There's been some stuff done on Black Wall Street before. But I'm also really thinking about doing one about hip hop and race and hip hop and how that correlates with each other. That would be good because I'm a hip hop fanatic. I love hip hop. I love the origin of hip hop, and I got a lot of books on the origin of hip hop. A lot of my friends are hip hop artists, so I can get them. I already have a lot of people I can interview already, and I don't know yet. Yeah, Hidden Colors in hip hop. But shout out again. Let me say this, man. Shout out to everybody who have supported the Hidden Colors series, man. Shout out to everybody who has supported the Hidden Colors series, man. We're still number one. Still the number one documentary in the world. Still killing the game. Shout out to everybody who's thwarting the bootleggers. You know, I know there's bootleggers out there doing their thing. I understand. But still, if you watch a bootleg of the movie, let that be motivation for you to go out and get the real deal. After you watch, because look, you can't stop the bootleggers. I know that. But if you do watch a bootleg, go out and get the real deal after you watch the bootleg. To show your appreciation. Do that. At least do that. You dig? How many folks we got in the room? I can't see how many people we got in here. Yeah, Zulu, I talked about that in Hidden Colors 4, about Mansa Musa. And that would be something, too. Something about the reign of Mansa Musa. That would be something good, too. But the Haitian Revolution, I know James Small is very well versed in that. And that would be very good, I think. Because we touch on it a little bit in the Hidden Color series. But I think that's something that should get a full film out of. We can do a full documentary out of it. What's up, Shakea? You saw it out there in Michigan? Hey, much respect to that. Yeah, I got a great book on it. I'm studying it now because that's what I like to do. I like to study everything from the ground up so I can be very versed in it. And just the stories that I'm reading so far, I got a real thick book on it. I forgot the name of the book. The book is upstairs, but the book is so thorough. And those brothers and sisters out there in Haiti were not bullshitting. No, Mansa Musa did not go broke coming back from Mecca. No, he did not. Mansa Musa didn't go broke. Well, he had to get a loan, but he had the money when he got back home. He needed, from what I understood, he had to get a loan or something like that, but he paid the loan back. And, he was still a very wealthy person when he went back. What's up, Illumist? But shout out to everybody who supported the Hidden Colors 4 documentary. I mean, that's just killing the game right now, man. That thing, hands down, everybody's saying that this is the best one out of all the series. I mean, it's almost unanimous. People like this one. This one, it's something about this one that really touched people. The book that I have, I can't think of the name of the book. I cannot think of the, let me find, I can look it up real quick because the book is upstairs and I don't want to run upstairs now. Excuse me. But I'm going to give y'all the name right now. Let me go to my Amazon account and I'll let y'all know the name of the book. My orders, hold on one second. Y'all give me a minute. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm going to give y'all the name of that book. And I'm looking at my Amazon account. My wife be buying all types of Noxzema and shit. So I got to go through all the orders. Hold on one second. Okay, here it is. The book is called Avengers of the New World, the story of the Haitian Revolution. That's the name of the book. That is the name of the book. Avengers of the New World, the story of the Haitian Revolution. So it's breaking down the background and the whole nine. The book has a lot of good reviews. And the white guy actually wrote the book. So, he's breaking the game down. So, so he's pretty unbiased about what went down. He's telling the truth, which is good. So I'm into that right now. Wade Noble, yeah, a lot of folks big up Wade Noble. And I know Brother James Small, he's very well versed about, and I would definitely get him. I get a lot of people who's in the Hidden Color series and some extra people too. And I would probably go over there to Haiti. I would probably go over there and do a lot of filming and just make it real tight, man. That's an amazing story, man, that a lot of people try to downplay. So that's why I want to bring that thing to light, man, to show the truth about that. You dig? The FBI war on Tupac and the black leaders. Haven't seen that one yet. Haven't read that one. Man. But, our stuff, man. There's so much of our history just being revealed on an ongoing basis, man. There's so much of our history that's being revealed that we don't know about. Just recently, y'all heard the story about Jack Daniel's whiskey, right? There was a story that came out. I would have put that in Hidden Colors 4 too. There's a story about Jack Daniel's whiskey. Now y'all know Jack Daniel's. That's one of the most famous whiskey brands in the world. Jack Daniel's is the most famous. And I was just down in Tennessee. Jack Daniel's originally from Tennessee. And I noticed that when I was down in Tennessee, you had a lot of these white-owned food brands, liquor brands, barbecue sauce brands. And with Jack Daniel's, you know, that Jack Daniel's liquor is considered the best whiskey in the game. Now it's been revealed that it was a damn African slave who made the damn Jack Daniel's whiskey. It was a black man who taught Jack Daniel's how to make the shit. And then he stamped his name on it and made gazillions. Yeah, so I'm not surprised at all. I was just down in Tennessee, man. And what I saw in Tennessee, yes, Jack Daniel's whiskey, a black man who was a slave, that's his recipe. He showed Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels met this minister. The minister had a slave. Yeah, y'all Google that. I'm telling y'all, man, our history is coming up, man. Our history is popping up out of everywhere. I mean, they done stole every goddamn thing. And that's not really a secret. I mean, they've been knowing that. They're just now coming out with it now. But the whiskey, you know, Jack Daniels met this minister, and the minister had a slave. And the slave name was Nearest Green. And Nearest Green was the one, that was his thing. Because back then, the African slaves, they would make all that liquor and that whiskey back in the woods of Alabama and Tennessee. So this brother made this whiskey that was real good. Jack Daniels, he taught Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels took it, branded it, patented it, and made gazillions. They always take our stuff. You go down there to Tennessee now. In Tennessee, we went to so many barbecue spots and spots down there where the white people in the front, their name is all on the building, but all the black people in the back cooking and making everything. They always do that. Oh yeah, they'll take your shit. Dude, they will take your stuff at the drop of a hat. When we were in South Carolina, the promoter took us to this restaurant. Oh, I forgot the name of the restaurant. They watch the word Southern. They won't say soul when it's white. They'll say Southern food. They'll change it from soul food to Southern food. Southern food is soul food. So we went to this Southern food place. All the waiters were white. The owners are white. Everybody's white. And I ate the food. The food was off the chain. I'm like, I tasted them greens. I said, ain't no damn way somebody white made these damn greens. I looked in the back. All the black folks in the back cooking. I said, there we go. I know nobody white made these greens. You know some black folks greens when you taste them. Yeah. Because I've had some black folks make greens like this when I was a child. I ain't never had none since, except from other black folks. You know some black folks greens when you taste them. I'm like, hey, there's no way in hell these people made these fucking greens. With the right amount of vinegar and all types of shit? Hell no. And they got it like that all over South Carolina, all over Tennessee. All the black folks making the shit and the people, white supremacists, putting their name on it. Yeah, those drug kingpins out there at the college, yeah. And that's what when we do Hidden Colors 5, we're going to talk about all these recipes that's been stolen later on down the line. House of Soul, I block you. What's up, Queen Catherine? But boy, the white supremacists, they will steal stuff. I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about white supremacists. Y'all gotta do, if you suspect somebody, that's why, I like that Neely Fuller teaches us to use the word suspected white supremacists. So, we can't call somebody something if we don't know that's what they are, but we can suspect it. And when you suspect somebody of being a white supremacist, you shouldn't trust them. I did a lecture in Colorado a couple of years ago. Some of y'all remember. Ola, what was the name of that school we went to? I did that lecture. Ola, what was the name of the school? Was it the University of Colorado? What was that? I did a lecture. I know there's a few seconds delay. There's a few seconds delay here. But I did a lecture in Colorado. Okay, where we at? I got a mad delay here. Hold on. Hold on one second. I'm trying to see where Ola is in the room. I know, Shell. I know you're ready for Hidden Colors 5. What's up, Cashville, Tennessee? Shout out to Nashville. I got to see. Jesse Williams, he's always spitting hot fire. Where's Ola? Ola, you in here? Oh, yeah, man. I love y'all out there in Memphis, man. Man, a shout out to Memphis, man. Memphis showed me so much love. I absolutely just fell in love with the brothers and sisters out there in Memphis. Memphis is a player city, and I knew that it was going to be nothing but love. Memphis showed mad love out there, man. I absolutely love Memphis. I got to go back out there and do a full lecture in Memphis. I really, really, really enjoyed the brothers and sisters. Yes, Ola, it was the University of Colorado in Greenland. Ola, you remember that cameraman who shot the footage? I hired this dude who's a suspected white supremacist, and I didn't know this at the time, to film my lecture out there in Colorado. I forgot what the guy's name is. I just saw his name written down. But Ola, you remember who he was because we had a problem with him posting the stuff up, the footage up. But I had this suspected freaking white supremacist film the footage, and I paid him to film the footage like I do when I go to a lot of cities. I will hire a camera person. They film the lecture. I pay them. They give me my stuff back. Ola, do you know this fucking asshole went and copyrighted the footage that he shot of me? This dickhead, I was just going through some of my copyright work the other day, and I was just checking some of my copyright files on the copyright.gov site, and I was just making sure that I had certain things locked in. And I typed my name in to search for all my copyrighted material. And then this Colorado, my name popped up with all this Colorado information. Tariq Nasheed Lecture Colorado. I'm like, what in the fuck is this? Yeah, he said he was going to delete the footage. This fucking asshole, not only did he keep a copy of the footage, he went and copyrighted the shit behind my back. You know how slick and unethical that slick. I'm about to go out to Colorado and I'm about to get some lawyers so fast. That's some unethical bullshit right there. This dude, I didn't hire this dude to shoot the footage. He kept a copy and copyrighted it on the slick. Hold on, I'm going to post it too so y'all don't think I'm bullshit. Hold on. Hold on. Let me make a screenshot of it. So I'm going to put his name out there too. I'm going to put his goddamn name out there too. Can you trust any of these fucking dudes, man? God damn. Search copyright records. Okay. I'm about to make a screenshot and show y'all this shit. Okay, if it's letting me do it. Okay, let me do it. Okay, here it is. Okay. Search. Let me show y'all this shit. His name is Donald James Pietzman. Something like that. Let me make a screenshot of this, man. Whoops. Oh, I fucked up. Hold on. What's the screenshot thing? Okay. So, hold on. Let me make a screenshot of this. I'm on the... Okay, wish y'all stop calling. Y'all fucking up, man. I'm trying to call. I'm trying to do this shit and somebody's calling and they're blocking the damn screenshot. Okay, hold on. I gotta wait for this motherfucker at 972-310 to stop calling so I can screenshot it. Because his number's popped up in the... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Fucking A, man. Hold on, man. Let me do this shit real fast. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right. Okay. Now let me show this dude. I'm going to show y'all the actual copyright form that's on the government website. This dude went and copyrighted my damn footage. God damn, man. All right. That's it right here. So hopefully y'all can see. It's kind of small, so that's on the United States copyright website. I mean, that's some slick ass unethical bullshit right there. That's some slick ass unethical dirtbag shit right there. He's trying to come up. So if I die later on, years from now, he owns some footage of me that he can sell to people. That's where black folks, y'all gotta watch out for these white supremacists, man. Or these suspected white supremacists. They will steal right under your fucking nose, man. They will rob you and steal and slap their name on something right under your damn nose. I'm about to look into the legalities of it now. Tomorrow, I just found this out yesterday. I was just going through all my copyright information. I typed my name in. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, Colorado? It was Donald James Peitzman. Pietzman. Whatever his name is. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he copyrighted... God damn. I hired this dude to film for me. He gave me the footage, kept some of it, and then went and copyrighted it. Somebody said he needed his ass whooped. Oh my goodness, dude. How is it possible? This motherfucker's slick. That's how it's possible. The dude is slick, man. That's... They are master thieves, dude. You don't understand. Somebody said, how is this possible? Dude, you're dealing with suspected white supremacists, dude. He probably didn't know that I would find out like that. Because, most people, you don't know. You don't know. I just happened to search. I'm like, let me do a search. Just random. I just did a random search on my name. Because I wanted to find out, did some of the copyrights from my books transfer over to me too? Because y'all know I wrote a lot of books and I got book deals with major publishers and sometimes the rights transfer back and I just want to make sure all the copyrights are up to date. So I said, let me just put my name in. And this shit popped up. I'm like, man. From now on, Ola, from now on, Ola, print out release forms and confidentiality agreements for every motherfucker who goes near our lectures. Also, Ola, what we're going to do now, we're not letting people in with these cameras and all that shit, because that's another thing. A lot of folks come to my lectures, be having camera phones, you can't do too much about. But there's people coming in with camera equipment and all this stuff. And that's something we're going to have to shut down too. Like that dude from We All Be. That dude from We All Be, my man, I'm going to have to stop you from coming to my joints with your camera, posting my stuff up on your sites. I'm going to say that publicly. I'm going to have to start shutting that down. I forgot what brother's name is. You know, I'm cool with dude, but that stuff where my man just kind of pops in my lectures, taping, really without permission, to be honest. Because he came down to Memphis and dude taped the lecture and then posted it up. A lot of times, that's just going to have to stop. I'm saying that publicly. Especially to that We All Be dude. I'm letting you know now, brother. You and all these other folks, y'all cannot come in with all your camera equipment, taping my shit. We're doing a lot of cracking down on my lectures and my public appearances from now on. And that's why I'm going to make sure that, you know, my own security is on deck. I'm going to make sure that the security is really scouring the room, making sure nobody's taping shit. We're going to have to start doing like Prince. Like the artist Prince. I went to a Prince concert. Nigga, if you put up a camera phone, Prince had security pop up out of nowhere on your ass. Hey, put that down, man. That's why you don't see too much of Prince concert footage. Prince had security that was on deck. You couldn't be out there videotape. Prince had people watching the audience. So if you picked up a camera phone trying to tape Prince, they popped up on your ass. Yeah, Tariq Live, that's my official Facebook page. Yeah, my man Kevin Hart, he don't allow that too. Yeah, but these dudes with these cameras and all that, y'all, that shit's gonna stop, man. That shit is going to stop. Because dudes taping my shit and then copywriting it and all, fuck that. Y'all ain't doing that shit, man. All that sneak eating. Niggas are sneak eating off. Fuck that. Nah. Niggas are straight sneak eating. Yeah, and I want to bring my own camera guy. When I go on tour, I want to bring my own camera dude, man. I'm going on tour again this summer, and I kind of just need to bring one thorough dude. There's too many brothers out here who don't film shit correctly, man. My dude out there in London, Ola, I saw the footage from London, not London, but Birmingham, when I was in Birmingham. That footage was fucking horrible, man. And the cameraman, he emailed me recently kind of apologizing. And he was like, yeah, if I come back, he can do this and he can do this. That footage was so bad. That footage was so... Somebody could have literally just filmed with a camera phone and it would have been better than that. My thing is these cats be talking up a good game. Well, I'm going to bring my Canon 350 with the 35 millimeter lens with the sensor and the mic, and I'm going to bring a boom and a lavalier, and I'm going to use some shades and some filters and some lighting, and I'm going to bring some 35 millimeter sensors that I'm going to put on the lens too, and then that's going to be automatic, and some shutters, and they be having all of this technical shit, and then it looked like they shot the shit on a goddamn T-Mobile Sidekick. The shit in Birmingham is horrible. The way that shit looked, the way it looked and sounded, it looks horrible and it sounds horrible. I mean, for real horrible. I'm like, what did this dude shoot this with? I mean, it sounded horrible. So dudes, and this is the thing, brothers got to step your production game up. Only a few people, brothers, have really done good camera work for us. That's why a lot of the stuff I don't post up. I try over and over again to give a lot of brothers a shot, and dude, brothers are used to shooting shit outside in the daytime, where the camera automatically, you can't fuck up anything in the daytime. So nothing to do with lights. And this is the thing. A lot of brothers are used to shooting videos for their homies. And with videos, all you have to do is shoot some shit in the daylight, chop it up into 4 minutes. You don't have to really record live audio. You really just copying and pasting edits and video over a pre-recorded music track. So this is why a lot of dudes, a lot of brothers out here, they're used to shooting music videos for like 4 or 5 minutes in the daytime, where you don't have to even do a lot of technical stuff. You can just turn the shit on and press record in the daytime, and it'll automatically look good in the daytime, and it'll sound good because it's a pre-recorded track. But when it comes to shooting a live event where the lighting needs to be tweaked and the sound has to be, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's too many brothers who don't know what they're doing. And that's the reality, man. A lot of brothers do not know what they're doing as far as lighting and as far as audio. That's the thing. A lot of brothers do not know what they're doing as far as lighting and audio. And I've tried to deal with a lot of brothers on that. That's a major problem. Dudes are used to shooting them World Star videos. That's why, like, when it comes to my camera people and my lighting and my audio, I usually, the dudes I get are the white and Asian dudes. Just like when we did Hidden Colors 5, let's go back to Hidden Colors, I say Hidden Colors 5, Hidden Colors 4. When we did Hidden Colors 3, I had a number of cameramen. I had a couple of cameramen for Hidden Colors 3. One was a brother, Jerry. Jerry's a good brother. He's a black dude. Good dude. But with Jerry, some of the stuff I couldn't use because some of it came out a little blurry. Also, my man had camera issues, like we would be recording, then the camera started overheating and he didn't know how to stop it from overheating. Then my man ran out of memory cards on some of the footage, so I had to cut some of the interviews short because my man ran out of memory cards. So a lot of the technical stuff, there's issues. Brothers got to tighten the technical shit up. That's why the guy that I got to shoot Hidden Colors 5 was a guy named Luca Mercury. Now, Luca is an Italian dude who works on major motion pictures. Now, this dude worked on Mad Max. He worked on one of the Fast and Furious. So, when it comes to the technical stuff, man, you can't fuck around. So you got to get some of the people that's the best in the business. And that's the lesson that a lot of folks got to learn. You got to spend that money. Yeah, when it comes to your technical shit, you got to spend it. Shout out to F. Gary Gray. He's an anomaly. That brother's phenomenal. But we got to learn how to master the technical side. We got to master that technical side. Yeah, so, when it comes to the technical shit, I'm getting the absolute best. I'm getting the absolute best. Again, look at the credits of my crew. Like Luca, he just finished shooting Mad Max when he came on for Hidden Colors 4. So that's why our movie is competitive with... Who is this? Hold on. Why my wife texting me? Hold on. Yes, of course, yes. Why is she asking me? She know I'm doing my show. Now look at Hype Williams. Let's look at Hype Williams. I give a great example for Hype Williams. Look at the movie Belly. The lighting in the movie Belly was horrible. And I like Hype Williams. But the lighting for the movie Belly was horrible. Some of the shit was so dark you didn't know what was going on. You know, the lighting was just the lighting was off in Belly. Because see, you get a lot of people who are used to doing music videos. Yeah, people for 3 minutes it's cool. Yeah, he tried to shoot a whole movie like a music video. And with movies, man, you know, the lighting, you got to have the right lighting. It has to set the right tone. The lighting and the shit has to set the right tone. There has to be a feel to keep people intrigued for 2 hours. Go look at the movie Belly. The lighting in that movie is horrible. No, I mean, just take a real good look at Belly. I mean, it was too dark. Some of the scenes, you didn't know what was going on. It was just too dark in some of the scenes. But no, with the darkness, you're supposed to have a blue light. You're supposed to know what the fuck is going on. If it's too dark for you to know what's happening, that just defeats the purpose, man. Yeah, take a good look at Belly. And I'm not shitting on my brother Hype Williams, but there's a reason why Hype has never really done another major picture like that. It was too dark. The lighting was off. They didn't light that movie correctly. The lighting, it wasn't lit correctly. Now y'all can, now it wasn't intended to look like a movie. Now they can play it off like it was artistic. No, it was fucked up lights. It wasn't no artistic anything. It was just the lighting, the writing. It was just, you know, it was kind of janky. You dig? And no disrespect to Hype. So a 3-minute, people who are used to doing those quick videos, you know, you can't really hold people for 2 hours with the video with that type of, you know, lighting and all that shit. You got to have some thorough people lighting the shit. Yeah, he ain't made another movie since. I hope the Tupac movie is good. I don't know too much. I just saw a little teaser trailer, but I hope it's good. If you listen to the commentary, he talks about the meaning of the lighting. No, they probably tried to justify it, trying to make it seem artistic. I know, too, like, you know, I'm not Martin Scorsese, but I'm like, shit. I got the #1 fucking documentary in the world, so I know a little something. I'm doing something right. I'm not trying to, you know, step to motherfuckers like I'm, you know, Quentin Tarantino, but I know a little something. Shit, if my shit is beating everybody else's shit, I can give a tad bit of advice. And I got not only the #1 documentary, the other 3 are in the top 10. But again, that's the thing. I use the same people that work on major motion pictures. You know, and Belly has its moments. You know, Belly had its moments, you know. I can't wait to see the New Edition thing on BET. You know, I'm a huge fan of New Edition. You know, I'm a huge fan. I grew up on New Edition. Ricky Bell, that's the homie. Ricky Bell is my neighbor. Real good fucking dude. Ricky Bell is the coolest nigga in the game, man. I see Ricky all the time. Ricky is a cool ass brother, man. Love that brother. That is my ninja. Good brother, man. And, you know, I grew up on New Edition, man. I grew up on those dudes. So I can't wait to see that movie. I can't wait. Hopefully BET does good things with it. It doesn't come out to 2017. Okay. Yeah, I want to see the new Purge. I want to see what that's about. I want to see the new Purge. That comes out next month, don't it? What's up, Heathen? You said you bought a house from Ronnie DeVoe. You must live out there in Atlanta, Heathen. I gotta see E40's Unsung. I haven't seen that. Oh yeah, see that's that thing that where black people think you gotta hire all black people. No, that's BET used to have that mentality. That's why I remember when BET started, they had that thing where we're gonna hire a bunch of black people and they don't really have experience. So that's why all this shit looked like public access for a long time. So if you want to compete, you got to get people who got the best skills. That's what it's all about. It's all about you. If you're running a business, the name of your business, the bottom line is to turn a profit for that business, to put out the best product, to give out the best service for you and you to make money with that business. That's the number one thing. Don't let no nigga tell you nothing different. Because niggas give you a bullshit. That's why if you go to these restaurants in the South, you have white owners, but they got the Negroes in the kitchen because they know the name of the game is to put out the best food possible. So it'll be white owned, a white name on it, but they got black folks in the back cooking up everything. You got to think the same way, but you got to be the one controlling everything. See, we got this charity mentality, the welfare mentality. Just give somebody some shit just because they look just like you and they don't have the skills. And we talked about that in Hidden Colors 3. The tiebreaker is that you black. Everybody else, everything else has to be equal. The tiebreaker is that you black. George Fraser broke that down. So you better get the best to do everything. If you got a business that you're running and controlling, you're supposed to get the best to do it. And if there's a person who's black, who's the best, that's the tiebreaker. Just like out here in my office, I got different races of people work for me in my office. I have Hispanic, I have black people working. And that's the thing, the tiebreaker, and not even a tiebreaker, the black people that I have working at my office here in LA are so thorough. They're just thorough. You know, the sisters I got working at my office, these sisters stay on top of it. Y'all, people who I do business with, y'all know when y'all call my office, those sisters, they be taking the orders in, they are on point. They be handling that shit. They stay on top of it, and that's the thing. So I give a lot of black folks a shot who's thorough, but who would not have gotten a shot otherwise. Let me see who we got here. Donnie Simpson, Cherie Cartier. Yeah, just like OJ. OJ got the best lawyers back in 95, 94, 95. But I can't wait to see The Purge. I want to see that. I want to see what that's about. Let me see who's on the phone. What's up? Who's calling? Okay, this motherfucker hung up. Okay, I get a call in a minute. But yeah, cats, you gotta be in the mindset where your job is to make money for your business. Yeah, see that thing, we're just gonna hire black folks just because they black and people who don't know what they're doing, it will fuck your business up. That's the last thing you want to do. You can't go that route. Don't think like that. You fuck up. White people ain't even that dumb. They know better. They know who to get. They know even you can be white supremacists all day, but you know if you have a restaurant, you ain't gonna hire no white people who can't really cook as good as black folks just because they white. No, they're gonna hire the best cooks, which are black, and gonna get those recipes and make a profit and pass that profit on down to other white people. See, we got that thing where we want to half-ass and half-step with our businesses. Hire people who don't really want to work and just kind of half-ass hire people who are just our homeboy or just, nah. You got to get the best. Like when we did Hidden Colors 2, I had my editor was an African brother. There's a brother he was from Nigeria. It was an African brother who edited that. He did a very good job. And for Hidden Colors 1, it was a Canadian brother. My man, Rob, Lab Noise and those brothers, they came down, they filmed and edited that. Some brothers up there in Canada. And they did a very good job. And look, I've had white cameramen who were shitty. I've had white editors who were shitty. Had to fire. I fired all types of people. I've had black cameramen that I had to charge to the game. There was one brother that I had, because one thing, when I shoot my films, there's certain films that I use. Usually, I want to shoot it on the same kind of films that's used for major motion pictures, which usually is the Red camera. That's one of the best top-notch digital cameras out there. And they use that for major motion pictures. And unfortunately, a lot of brothers don't own no Red cameras, unfortunately. Because Red cameras, they start off at like $20,000. That's on the low end. And I'm going to talk about that Brexit thing in a minute. But only a few brothers have the kind of cameras that I use, that I like using for my films. There was one brother who had the camera when we were going to shoot Hidden Colors 3, and I had to let this dude go because this dude showed up hella fucking late. This dude, not only did he show up late, and I'm sitting there with Paul Mooney. That's why with Paul Mooney, we didn't get enough footage with Paul Mooney because we ran out of time fucking around with the cameraman, this brother who I hired, who was bullshitting around, dragging ass, wasting time. He showed up late, then he ordered some lights, and the lights came late. So I'm sitting upstairs, we at the studio with Paul Mooney, I mean, a legend, and there's so much I wanted to talk about, and the cameraman is fucking around. I go downstairs looking for the cameraman, because he went downstairs, because he was supposed to go get the lights. The lights was coming separate. It's just a nigga shit. I go downstairs after like 20 minutes, because he's gone for like 20 minutes. I go downstairs. This nigga's outside, trying to spit game at some chick who's going to a casting call at some modeling agency next door. I was like, nigga, get your ass upstairs. This nigga out here hollering at a chick. I'm like, dude. Oh, man. This nigga here. I said, okay, I ain't going through this shit. I'm not going through this shit here. Let me see what this is. Who we got on the phone? What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Chris from Brooklyn.
Chris from Brooklyn. How you doing, fam?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, sir? What's on your mind?
Good, man. I just want to get your opinion on this. I don't know if you noticed this, but lately when you look at the TV, you see all these advertisement commercials. You notice that there's always these families of color with the kids being of color as well, but they look nothing like the dad because the dad is always white.
Mm.
And I just want to know, is that some type of brainwashing that, that white people are trying to do? I don't know.
Yeah,
does the TV have that much power that they could brainwash women of color? I don't know.
Yeah, no, what's interesting on television, you never see a functional black family. A full functional black family. Like, you'll see white families playing with the dog, eating Cheerios and shit. But with the black family, it's always a single mother. They'll have a single mother and her children. Or they'll have a black woman and a white male. Or they'll even have a black man and a white woman. You dig?
Right.
But
now lately, it's like more than ever with just a black, specifically a black woman with their children that looks all black, and that has always just happened to be white.
Yeah. So it's like something happened to the dad, but it's an attack on the black family. Period. They never show a functional black family. They always
Right.
do that. They do that with a lot of commercials, and that's by design. They don't want to show a functional black family. And we talked about that in Hidden Colors 4, talking about a functional black family is the weapon. That's the weapon right there.
Has that like method been you like they're trying to brainwash women or something? I don't know. What are they
It's
doing?
trying to brainwash us all. It's trying to normalize us to not having a functional black family. This is not what you should aspire to. You should aspire to be a bedwench. Black men, you should aspire to be a coon. Get you a nice white woman that we don't want. And
You're right.
get ready to have your children be raised by non-black people. And that's how you're going to be subjugated, because that's going to keep you dependent on us. That's the message that they send to us. You got it?
Wow.
Man, it's
Yeah,
heavy.
I understand
The
now.
brainwashing is heavy, but thanks for the call. Yeah, the brainwashing is very heavy. Yeah, you never see a functioning black family in commercials or television shows. Look at television shows. The family, the black family, you know, the dad's a criminal, the mom's a crook, the son's a gay. It's always some type of dysfunction when it comes to a black family. It's all types of crazy dysfunctions when it comes to a black family. And let me tell you something. There was an article that came out in the UK, not the Village Voice, but the Voice in the UK. They did an article talking about Hidden Colors 4. Excellent article, man. Let me post a link to that article. Let me read it to you, by the way. Let me allow links just in case. Allow links, okay. But yeah, the Voice magazine, they did an excellent article about Hidden Colors 4. Because understand, we get more props in the international press because of Hidden Colors 4 and the Hidden Colors series than we do here. The international press, they give us props. They have no problem giving us props. Let me read this article from The Voice. The Blackish show is good. I like Blackish. Now, Blackish is kind of good. But let me read this article because they called out Blabbity. This is the article that came out in the Voice magazine in the UK. It says, we live in a rather silly age in which things that trend on Twitter are almost automatically deemed news and worthy of critical discussion. I don't truly understand and I don't respect this concept. Of course, social media brings some interesting things to light, but often it's just air. Putting it into context, when something trends on Twitter, all that is happening is that more than enough people, usually the unemployable, and their dear friends, the perpetual career student union activists, are writing a particular word or phrase. And as we know, words are beyond cheap, they're free. Treacherous. Dancing to every social media fart while ignoring the truly special things in society is pretty much a long-term editorial suicide. Doing so in relation to the black community is treacherous. An issue involving Blabbity, a black interest website, recently crystallized this. Blabbity published an article on the wildly successful Hidden Colors film. Following a few hot air tweets about the maker of Hidden Colors, Blabbity crumbled and removed the article. The editor of Blabbity then stated on Twitter that writing and publishing the article was a mistake. It is absolutely disgraceful that this is what has become a part of the international black media. If Blabbity had to bow to Twitter pressure, they should have done so with dignity and integrity, and at most publishing a rebuttal article to the Hidden Colors piece by one of its critics. Let me stop there for a second. That's so spot on. That's so spot on. That is so spot on right there. Let me stop right there for 1 minute. That is spot on. Blabbity, that whole thing with Blavity bowing down to Twitter trolls, that showed you the seriousness of black media in America, that it's a farce. Blavity showed that black media in America is a complete farce. Let me continue to read. Censoring the article demonstrates that Blavity is not a serious and committed professional black journalism outfit. It made them look like this is merely a hobby. Why would any serious writer or journalist work for them after that? I praise Hidden Colors. It is truly a phenomenal success. If it was made, marketed, and distributed by some mainstream, i.e., hugely successful and white-owned organization, it would have been acknowledged as such. You would have read about its success everywhere, kind of like how you read about Empire. The makers would be the toast of our society, kind of like the makers of Empire. For the best part of the last 6 weeks, it has been the best-selling documentary in the world, beating the new documentary by Michael Moore, the new documentary on O.J. Simpson, as well as the classic documentary on Muhammad Ali. As I write this, it's the 17th best-selling DVD Blu-ray movie in the world, while it was number 1. For any organization, this is a massive accomplishment. For a crowd-funded independent documentary on lesser-known, discussed aspects of black history, this is truly mind-blowing. Let me stop right there. This article is hitting it spot on. Do y'all know, with the Hidden Color series, we've broken records, we've made history, and the media here, again, they are completely quiet about it. The media here is completely quiet about it. And right now, if you go to Amazon, it's still in record stores, DVD stores, it's the number 1 DVD, man. It ain't stopped being number 1 for like over a month now. It's still number 1. Wait, what is this true? What is this? What's going on in the room? We're going in on what fraud? Join, what are they talking about? What is this? Okay. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about here. Oh, I had to stop because I don't know what's going on in the room. What is he talking about? Okay, no, you talking about, no, Jason Black is cool. No. Okay, this truth telling, yeah, he's trolling. Okay. All right, let me ban him out the room. Okay. All right. I got him out of here. Okay. All right, got him out of here. Okay, we got him out. Yeah, Crispy's probably Crispy. Who knows? All right. But like this article said, man, if this was, number one, if any white people funded it, if any white people funded Hidden Colors 4 and it had the success that it's having, dude, this thing would be on every channel. They would be lauding the success of it. They would be propping up the success, using this as a template. And let me finish reading this article because they said some very interesting stuff. Let me finish reading this. Putting the context to one side, the concept of Hidden Colors should be celebrated. A black filmmaker pulling together money and underutilized black historians, academics, and intellectuals to create a world-beating film brand should be celebrated, regardless of who made it. If we can find it in our hearts to celebrate Empire, bankrolled, this is him saying this, bankrolled by a man who made his money in part by objectifying the female anatomy and pure unadulterated racism, then we can push our petty squabbles aside to celebrate the success of Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors proves comprehensively the prominence of the black purchasing power, which is true. This is a business success story of David and Goliath proportions. And if young entrepreneurs and filmmakers are not informed of this success, they won't be inspired by it. They won't know what's out there for them, which would be a massive shame. People need to know what they can be. With the context of Hidden Colors, what the context of Hidden Colors also reflects is a clear desperation for stories outside of the normal slave-made mammy buck coon Tom stuff that we normally get. There's so much more to black history than this. A black media organization with nothing to say about Hidden Colors shouldn't be taken seriously at all. Love or loathe him, Tariq Nasheed, the maker of the Hidden Colors series, is now the most successful documentary maker on black history ever. Not bad for a guy who got his career started by playing the dating field, or got his career writing about playing the dating field. They too were bestsellers. Those who dismissively label Hidden Colors hotep porn have one single challenge. Compete with it, make something better that will bring out the best in all of us, and it will give us something else to spend our money on. Sticking your head in the elitist sand because you work for a white liberal rag does nothing to advance or educate the African diaspora. Tweets, retweets, mentions, and likes are free and feeble. It costs nothing and takes no effort. Creating a best-selling, world-beating brand independently on a shoestring is phenomenal and should be acknowledged as such, and we in the black media in particular shouldn't wait for mainstream, i.e. white approval, to do so. Boy, that's an excellent article. What's up, sweetie?
She's signing to it because I'm not even supposed to be taking Uber. For my side, I can take it no more, so, because she said they don't do background checks, but Lyft does background checks, so.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, hold on, guys. Access to the location. Okay. Okay, what is my phone number? Log in my phone number. Hold on, guys. Okay. Hold on, I gotta put this code in. Yeah. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. Your phone is so janky.
And I need to get it fixed. Now to come here next time, okay?
Okay, there you go. All right, okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay. Yeah, so that's the article. Somebody, Pierre Delacroix, I don't know who the writer is, but it's in The Voice. It's a UK newspaper. Hold on, what is this? What the hell? What are you trying to do, man?
Go there.
How do you go back to the main page? Home. This phone is so janky. There you go. Pierre Delacroix. That's the name of the guy who wrote it. But see, that's amazing. It's a great article, man. That brother, whoever wrote that article, the brother put it, I mean, he hit that on the nose, man. That brother hit that on the nose, and he hit it right on. A lot of these so-called naysayers, they all work for white liberal rags. And they haven't gotten permission from white mommy and white daddy. And that just shows you how serious the so-called mainstream black media is. It's none. It ain't no mainstream black media. They're just black satellites. No, Karen Hunter invited me on her show, actually. Karen Hunter invited me on her show, so shout out to her. So when I go to New York, which will be pretty soon, I'm going to go on Karen Hunter's show. So she did reach out to me. You got it?
Okay, so I put a pickup location, but how do I do the drop-off location?
Pickup location. I guess you can put that in after. Yeah, afterwards. After. Okay, hold on. Vocam. We got Coons in here. Okay, I had to. Vocam, he said, hold on. Wait, what's Vocam 300? I'm about to look this nigga up on Twitter. He said big booty women following him on Twitter. Let me look up this nigga's Twitter. Because I just banned him out the room. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, I'm about to look up Vocam 300. Okay, and I already got you blocked, Vocam. So you must have been trolling already. I already got you blocked. So yeah, you're a known troll. I already got you blocked. Oh, okay. So yeah, you're already on the shit list. What's that, baby?
Okay. I got it.
Okay, when will they be here?
2 minutes.
10?
2.
Okay. Okay, let me get Wizard of Coon Valley out of here. There you go, Wizard of Coon Valley. Oh, Vocab, he's a known troll? Okay, got him. Okay. Got him out. Yeah, so you know these coons and trolls, they got different screen names and all that shit. But man, that article hit it on the nose, man. Yeah, it's a time waster. That's what trolls do. Can you JT, you were defending me. I probably block you because even if you are arguing with somebody and you're including me in the mentions, that's still trolling, brother. So even if you're defending me, if you're flooding my goddamn page with mentions, that's still trolling. So I'm gonna have to keep you blocked, brother. Because you should know better than that. A grown-ass person should know not to keep mentioning somebody over and over again if you're arguing with somebody else. I don't want my timeline filled up with that shit. So if you're not really grown enough to understand that, I got to keep you blocked, man. I don't have time to have all that shit. I got enough white supremacists flooding my timelines with their shit. They flood me. I get death threats from white supremacists on Twitter every damn day. Oh, they talk so much shit every day. I have to block them all the time. I want to see that Tarzan movie. It looks interesting. The Rock Newman Show. I got to reach out to Rock. You know, that's another thing too. Ola, check some venues for DC. Check that venue in Atlanta. Because when I hit the road this summer, I want to hit up some of these other spots in between. I want to hit up DC, Chicago, Atlanta, possibly Birmingham. After sometime between the 16th and the 29th. So I want to squeeze all of that shit, just hit them up back to back. And I'll squeeze that in around the other lectures I'm doing so I ain't got to come back, fly out, come back, so we can just hit up all the spots back to back. Yeah, Rock Newman is good. I like to see Rock Newman's show is good.
I'm making that.
Oh, hold on. Y'all, hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. I got to say goodbye to my daughter. My daughter's sleeping. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. I had to say goodbye. My daughter was leaving, so I had to say goodbye to her. Man. All right. Black Excellent. Was Black Excellent in here trolling? My radio show give me advice to do better. hip hop rarities. All right, little Black Rarity. What's your name? Black Excellence. What's your name? Oh, this is Black Excellent.
You such a I suppose it's me. Stick you in a double on the style, so I can sucker episode of 25 on my shoulders.
Okay, so you just playing music? I mean, what's the deal, bro? That was your show. I'm going through it real quick. Black Excellent. Black Excellent, where you at, man? I just went through your show and it's just you playing music. So what's Layla Ali talking about? So Black Excellent, I don't know what your personality is like because I just clicked your link and you were just bumping music through the whole thing, so I don't know. Man. All right, where you at, Black Excellent? I talked about that earlier. IG from the 323. We're going to do some beta testing for More Us. I'm having a conference call in the morning, and I'm going to find out all the. They're going to give me some login information. There's some real technical shit. I had a conversation with them Friday about some login stuff. So we're going over a lot of technical stuff right now. So we're going to do some beta testing for it possibly next week for the Mora site. So I should have some stuff for people to test by next week. I'm having a conference call first thing in the morning at 9 o'clock. The people, the developers are in India. So we're on different timelines, but I do talk to them early in the morning. The archivist, your name wasn't in the Hidden Colors credit. Did we use your real name or what was the deal? Because we sent out, we got hundreds of people's names in there. So was your name supposed to be on the special thanks? But yeah, that article about Hidden Colors was absolutely on point. I mean, this thing is killing the game. And we got to hold that up and we got to respect it. And I want to use that as a way to show other black filmmakers this can be done. You can do this. We can hold this up as an example. See, the thing, we got to stop waiting on white mommy and white daddy to give something approval. So instead of cats just trying to get their bootleg game on, that's another thing. We got to get that bootlegging shit has to go. Also, we're sending out all that stuff for a lot of the people who contributed on Kickstarter. A lot of you have gotten yours already. We're still sending them out. There's hundreds of them that we have to send out, and we're sending out clothes with it. So it's coming. We got all that coming to you. But we have to show people, younger filmmakers, I want to show them a template of what can be done without worrying about getting approval. I didn't hear about the sister who got stabbed. I haven't heard about that. Layla Ali didn't marry no white guy. What made you say Layla Ali married a white guy? And speaking of married, shout out to our sister Jill Scott. Jill Scott got married. Beautiful bride. She had I think they had the husband or somebody had Big Daddy Kane come and rap at the reception. That was real cool. Yeah, Layla lives out here somewhere. I see Layla all the time, and I see her with a black dude. So I think she's married to her husband is black, so she's not married to a white guy. See, dudes be starting rumors. You gotta watch that. Dudes be straight starting rumors. Here is the Hidden Colors article right here. It's the voice-online.co.uk. Yeah, a girl got stabbed in Chicago. That's not the business. That ain't cool at all. That is not cool at all. I didn't see Beyonce and Kendrick's performance. I heard about it though. You say what? Wait, hold on. What this thing say? Vital clit. You said Layla's sister is married to a white Jew. Okay, prove that he's a Jew, because that's another thing. That's kind of sound like dumb nigga talk. Niggas be talking about somebody's a Jew and don't even fucking know what a Jew is. That kind of sounds like dumb nigga talk. Because a lot of dumb niggas be talking about somebody's a damn, well, that nigga, he's a Jew, it's the Jews on it. Ain't nobody, and that person don't even be Jewish. Just be saying shit. So you gotta watch that. That's that Illuminati talk. Niggas sit up, and that's another form of cooning, by the way. Too much of that Illuminati talk, that's another form of cooning. I saw a great interview or I heard a great interview with DJ Quick. DJ Quick was talking about, I love Quick. Quick, y'all know Quick is one of my favorite artists. Quick was talking about the group Second to None. You know, those were his homeboys from Compton. And Quick was putting together a deal with them where he was going to produce their stuff because they were managed by Suge. Suge was managing them. And Quick, they went up to Interscope and Jimmy Iovine was about to break them off. Jimmy Iovine was about to give them like a couple of $1 million, like a monthly allowance of like 30,000, some shit. He was just about to break them off some real paper, off the strength of Quick producing the shit and Suge being the manager, because you know Suge and them, they were hot at the time. And certain niggas, man, would you believe there's some niggas out here who are scared of money? There's niggas out here who are scared of money. And Quick was like, they were about to sign the deal, and them niggas Second to None was on some shit like, man, this the Illuminati, man. This the Illuminati. They start talking that Illuminati shit, and Quick was like, what the fuck? Dude, they trying to break us off. What you talking about? Man, that's the Illuminati, man. Quick was like, man, I'm cool on y'all niggas, man. Quick said, them dudes start talking that Illuminati shit. They got scared. Them niggas got scared of that money. That's the thing. A lot of niggas, man, when success is right there, niggas are so used to struggling, they're niggas who will sabotage their own success. You throw some real money at a nigga sometime, it'll fuck with a dude. They're so used to losing. Dudes don't know how to win. A lot of times when dudes get scared, dudes and women, you take them around some money or some success, instead of learning the game, they're like, well, how can I rob these niggas? I get around these niggas and take their shit. Nigga shit kicks in. And that's the thing. Black folks, when y'all hear somebody doing what I call nigger babbling, y'all got to get away from that. Because I don't let people talk. The Illuminati, I know all about that shit. I did a couple of pay-per-view specials breaking down the secret societies. I know all about that shit. Yeah, there's secret societies and all that, but they're just another branch of white supremacy. So what the fuck you all bent out of shape over some damn Illuminati, nigga? It ain't nothing but the west wing of white supremacy, so you still deal with white supremacy no matter what. Well, see, niggas get to listening to other white supremacists like Alex Jones, white supremacist suspects, and they got you thinking that you should be looking out for the damn Illuminati when your ass should be looking out for them, because they ain't no different from the damn Illuminati. The Illuminati is nothing but white supremacy. That's why black folks stop getting caught up in the Illuminati talk. It's nothing but white supremacy. It's nothing but another branch of white supremacy. That's all it is. Yeah, and the white supremacists, they're very good at trying to point the finger at other white supremacists as if they're not white supremacists. Oh, it's not white supremacy, it's Jew supremacy. It's not white supremacy, it's the Illuminati. The white supremacists are good at that. The hot potato game. When they're all in on white supremacy. And Negroes fall for it. Yeah, Alex Jones loves dropping misinformation. He's so full of shit, it's ridiculous. Alex Jones is such a hack. But Negroes fall for that shit. And that's why you lose. Black folks stay losing because the white supremacists, they can just spew out a bunch of shit that sounds deep and you run with it. You let Alex Jones keep talking. He sounds just like the average white supremacist on Stormfront. Look at this nigga, the Wizard of Coon Valley. That nigga came back. See? These niggas be having all types of coon accounts. There you go. I got him out of here again. He's going to come up with another coon account. But they're talking about that Brexit thing up in the UK and in Britain, where Britain is pulling out of the European Union. And a lot of people are talking about how that's going to stop immigration because the real motivation behind it was xenophobia. You know, they're trying to keep Britain white, that whole thing, and they're trying to keep out Muslims. I done told y'all, watch that word Muslim. Watch that word Muslim. When they talk Muslim, Muslim is a code word for black. Watch them. These white supremacists talking codes. That Muslim stuff. So y'all watch the words. Because see, when these white supremacists are talking about taking their country back and stopping immigration, that's cool. And I asked this on Twitter. I'm like, okay, if y'all stopping immigration, that's fine. I'm not an advocate for any damn immigrants because immigrant groups don't advocate for black folks. That's why with the whole Trump build the wall thing, I tell black folks, y'all stop fighting for that. That's if people want to fight Trump against the whole wall thing, that's fine. I want to know what these people are going to do in relations to black people. That's my thing. So if you're going to keep these immigrant groups out, okay. Now, are the resources that you've been giving to these immigrant groups, are they going to be allocated towards black folks? Because that's my thing. I want to know where the resources are going to be allocated towards. So now, can black people who are not immigrants, we are the only non-immigrants in this country, are we going to get the resources we need to build businesses, to build up our communities? That's the only thing black folks should be asking. That is the only thing black folks should be asking. My thing is, let's get out that whole minorities in the same struggle shit, because what people want to do, they want to get us and push us in the forefront and say, hey, look at what they're doing to us minorities. Look, we've been getting our ass kicked by white supremacy for the longest. I want to know where the resources are going. I want to know where the resources are going. Oh, look, they're trying to build a wall. Well, look, I'm not an immigrant. I'm not an immigrant. And they ain't got to build a wall on me. We helped build this country. So I want to know where the resources are going. So that's where black folks need to focus on. You need to focus on the resources and where they're going to go. Now, are they going to give us the jobs and the money to start jobs and the money to start businesses? All that money that they give to all these so-called immigrant groups that they want to build a wall for? Because when these other groups come in, they take some of the resources from us and then turn their backs on us. We can't forget that. Let's not forget that. Let's not be out there in the forefront fighting and getting stabbed for immigrant groups who come over here and we fight for them and they turn their backs on us here and in the UK. I'm just looking at the code words. That's my thing. When they start using code words, I just want to be very clear on what they're talking about. We got black folks. We have to stop caping for these other groups. It is now your turn to fight some of these white supremacists, so-called immigrant groups. If you are an immigrant and they're talking about building a wall for you, you deal with that. No disrespect, you deal with that. That's something that y'all got to deal with. We got our own issues. We cannot go out here fighting for you. We cannot go out here fighting for you. Don't look to us now. Because when black folks, y'all build these businesses, y'all come over here, y'all get some of the resources and shit, and we get left out, and then y'all look at us and y'all have the same white supremacist views against us. Here and in the UK. I just left the UK. Black folks over there are not getting the resources they need. So they want to shut shit down and get out of the European Union and all that over in Britain. Now, allocate the resources to the black folks out there in Tottenham, in Brixton, all those places over there in the hoods in Birmingham. Give the black people out there in the UK the resources they need to start businesses like you do those Arab groups, those East Indian groups, those Asian groups. Because I'm out there in Birmingham, England. I'm going in some of the black areas. I'm driving down the street and all the businesses are written in damn Arabic in the black areas out there in England and in Birmingham and all those places. Birmingham, England, in the UK. I'm seeing black customers and Arab and East Indian owners. So now, y'all closing the borders and all that, now it's time to allocate resources to the descendants of the people who helped generate the wealth and resources of Britain and other Western nations. The brothers in those whose families come from those Caribbean islands who helped generate the wealth for Britain and in the Americas. That's who I want to see some of those resources get allocated to. And I want my brothers to focus on that. Brothers, do not go out there fighting for any immigrant groups, here or there. Because, what's up, Maddie? Black folks need those resources. Ain't no minority, ain't no camaraderie with minorities. Give the resources to the black folks. They love saying Chinese build the railroads. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Because what were they transporting on the railroads? They were transporting goods that were generated from slave labor. So if it wasn't for slave labor, there would not have been railroads. Yeah, I'm saying to all of my UK black folks and all the black folks here, let's stop fighting for all of these so-called immigrant groups. Yes, I'm going to be in Boston. We're going to be chopping it up. Yeah, because black folks will understand this. And Claude Anderson breaks this down. Some of these immigrant groups, that's never been a plus for us. Even during the Jim Crow era, some of the early black leaders and people in black society, they were against some of the immigrant groups coming over because they knew that these groups were going to start taking the resources from black folks. And that's the thing. See, the thing is, y'all got to understand, if y'all want to practice white supremacy, I mean, trying to give the immigrant groups, and I mean, look, trying to give them things to spite us, you're building up their nations. And you're weakening your own. See, the thing is, you got to decide who you hate the most. White supremacists? See, they gave a lot of these so-called immigrant group stuff to spite black society. Now they've weakened the economy doing that. They weakened the economy doing that. And then what they try to do is, you know, black folks getting funneled into the prison system. That further weakens the economy because now only certain corporations are getting wealthy off that free labor within the prison system. So that's something that even people in the dominant white society should be against. the prison industrial complex, because that's taking money out of society and feeding the white corporations that ain't giving a fuck about the lower level white supremacists. So you're killing the economy. Cynthia G wants to call in. Absolutely. Call in, Cynthia. Yeah, that's slave labor in the prison. That ain't doing nothing for the economy. It ain't being, you can't tax, it's not being taxed. You know, those people could be in the workplace. But y'all have a slave system that the system of white supremacy is totally complicit with, just like in antebellum slavery. But the antebellum slavery, that did create wealth worldwide. Yeah, brother Judge Brown is very thorough. What's up, Cynthia? You calling up, sweetie? Prisons make a grip, man. What's up, who's calling?
Hello?
Hey.
Hi, Tariq. This is Cynthia from Seattle. I called you before.
I remember you, Cynthia. How are you, dear?
Yes, I'm actually irritated with Black people. I was listening to your show, and people are saying that I'm trolling, but I'm not. So this is my thing. I'm tired of hearing Black people complain about racism while they lay up with racist white people. They're not holding white people accountable. They're giving them everything and then expecting them to just wake up one morning and decide they're tired of getting the benefits of being white supremacists and just change.
Right.
And that's not how it works.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Because here's my thing. If I was another group of racist people, I wouldn't fight for Black people, because I would look at the fact that they're laid up with white people. They get on YouTube, they get on Facebook, and they talk about how much white people are their preference. Some of them are saying that they'll only date white people. So why am I going to fight for you and risk my livelihood and the livelihood of my family so you can go lay up with white supremacists while you complain about them?
Yeah. And unfortunately, and we got to understand this, there is going to be, and have always been, a coon element in Black society. That's something that we just have to accept. And that's why I always say, all I need, just give me my 300. All I need, just if I got 300 Black people to roll with me who are down, that's all I can, I'm cool. At least 300. Because with that amount of people, you can literally change the world with only 300 people. So you got to keep your circle small. Sometimes you got to keep your circle tight. And it's best to have a small group where everybody's on the same page and on code, than trying to convert coons. I'm out of the coon converting business. I have this, a lot of Black folks got this thing where we need to wake brothers and sisters up. They sleep. We need to wake them up. I ain't got to wake up a goddamn thing. If these niggas you want to lay up with white mommy, white daddy, and they call you nigga behind your back, knock your goddamn self out. White girl, if you want to be black chick, if you want to be the next Olivia Pope and be somebody's bed wench, knock yourself out. Negroes, if you want to be around some of these low level trailer trash white chicks, so they can later say that you drugged them and raped them years later, knock your goddamn self out. Don't come to me complaining later when they didn't accuse you of some shit.
Right, but this is my thing, though. This is my thing. You cannot sit there and then you can't sit and not hold white people accountable for racism, but then expect the racist government to do it. Black people need to hold them accountable. Why are you giving them your money, your body, your soul, your talent, your music, your athletic ability, and then they don't have to change racism? There's Black people in interracial relationships, and their white partner is doing nothing to change the racist system. But then they want to say, oh, this is about love. It's not about love, because if those white people who were dating Black people were out there petitioning to get laws changed and protesting the white supremacist system, it would change overnight. If Black people said, we're not having sex with white people until you change racism would change overnight. If Black people deprive white people of anything, it can be just one of those: money, talent, sex. If they just deprive them of one of those things and stick to it and say, we're not giving you shit until you change the racist system, it would change overnight.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything. They're marching, praying, forgiving, and then complaining, thinking white people are going to change, and they're not. They have no incentive to change. So it's like, why would I, as another group, why would I pick up your battle when you just want to lay up with a white supremacist? So I would say go lay up with them, and then when you're ready to do what it takes to get what you want, then I'll help you get it. But I'm not going to help you get it while you just lay up with your oppressor. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, sister. Well, thank you so much, Cynthia.
No problem.
Thank you, dear. Yeah, now let me build on what
Okay.
Cynthia's saying. Because you got a lot of brothers out here, and let's be real. And then look, like I said earlier, there are some attractive white women out there. Ain't they? Hey, if you want to smash a white woman hit, there's some cool white women out there, nice, sweet, attractive. Smash them. Knock yourself out. But when you get up out that bed, you better understand you're still in the system of white supremacy. Just understand that. See, a lot of times, boys, you niggas get some of that white cooch, and you're totally disarmed. White pussy is kryptonite to a coon. A lot of dudes aren't mackish enough to just have sex with other women from different groups and just keep that shit pushing. Niggas get some white cooch, and all of a sudden this nigga wake up, well, you know what? All lives matter, Tariq. You know, I was just thinking, I mean, what about black on black crime? I mean, you look at the crime rate in Chicago, Tariq, I mean, really, you know, we are our own worst enemy. Niggas will talk coon talk. After some white ass, niggas don't know how to act when you get some white ass. Niggas don't know how to act. White pussy is kryptonite to a coon. Look at the bedwenches out here. Do y'all know that there's a white man up in New York right now, this doctor, they call him the sperminator. This white doctor has a service. I think he offers this service, and I'm saying service in quotes. But this white dude who will have sex with black women and get them pregnant in New York. And there's black women. I won't say black women. I'm saying bedwenches because they don't reflect black women. Let me be very clear. These women don't reflect black women. There's a bunch of bedwenches lining up to get pregnant by this white man. I've seen some of the pictures of them. Some of these women, bunny ruckus, blonde hair, old, middle age. I told y'all, somebody give me a picture of one of these. It was one of these, just a lesbian group of women. There's a couple of women, they're lesbians. And I've always said this about these lesbian feminists. They either want other black women or they want white males. These bunny ruckuses, their fantasy gets to come true. What's the guy's name? Hold on. Let me look it up. Oh, this story is so goddamn sick, it's ridiculous. Let me find the story. Let me find a picture for you so I can show y'all the bunny ruckus. This dude, hold on. They call his ass the sperminator. His name is Dr. Hold on. There's a couple of sperminators. Hold on. There's a couple of sperminators. But this doctor is up there in New York. Hold on one second. Let me give y'all his name. Everybody, the New York Post did a story about him. Women are fighting to get a piece of the sperminator.
You need a motor mount for your 6.6 liter turbo diesel? We've got it.
These ads.
Or maybe a new exhaust for the grocery getter.
Hold on.
We've got it. With more parts for more cars. If you need it, we've got it.
Hold on. Okay, his name is Dr. What is his name? Nagel. What is his name? Ari Nagel. That's his name. Ari Nagel. And let me show y'all one of the bunny ruckuses he got pregnant. So basically, you get these bedwenches who meet up with this dude in New York. He have sex with them in bathrooms, gets them pregnant. And most of the women are Negro bedwenches. They're lining up to get pregnant by this white dude. So they can have mixed kids, basically. And let me show y'all. This is there's a lesbian couple that went to him. Hold on, let me show y'all a picture of some of the bedwenches. This is one of the lesbian couples that went to him. Well, nigga, when I describe the bunny ruckus, middle-aged, bedwench, overweight, blonde hair, desperate for a white man, nigga, this proves everything I said about the bunny ruckuses. That proves everything I said. I've told you about them bunny ruckus Negro bedwenches. Man. And basically, he just has sex with women. He meets up with them in bathrooms, gets them knocked up, and they have their little mixed kids. And sometimes it's an anchor baby situation, because I'm thinking some of these women look like they're from third world countries. So a lot of them, they get anchor babies out the dude. So the white supremacists, they know the Negro mind. They know what Negroes like. They know that there's a whole plethora of bedwenches out there desperate for white dick. They know there's a bunch of old bunny ruckuses out there who have Olivia Pope fantasies. And this dude has kids all over the place, like 20-something different kids with 18 different women. Ari Nagel, this story is sick, but that shows the sick Negro mind. That shows the sick Negro mind, where they're lining up to get knocked up by a suspected white supremacist. I told y'all about these Negro bedwenches, man. Y'all think slavery is over and the Negro bedwench mentality went away? That shit didn't go nowhere. Because he's not in jail, because I think they're trying to get him on child support. Some of the child support they're trying to hit him up. Some people might be trying to hit him up on child support. But some of these women, they just want that mixed baby. And some of these people want those anchor babies. And what's interesting, how black men, we get the deadbeat dad thing. Oh, deadbeat dad, black man, deadbeat dad. But these Negro bedwenches will line up to get fucked in a bathroom by a suspected white supremacist with 22 kids. They're lining up to get with this dude. They're lining up to get impregnated by this white man. Man, we live in a slave system right now. The Tarberry tear. Yeah, and they kind of giving him, I don't like these little slick, fancy names they're giving him. They call him the Sperminator. They're trying to be cute. He's a sperm donor. He's not a sperm donor. This dude is a damn freak trick with a Negro fetish, and he's learned how to fulfill his Negro fetish by calling it sperm donor. And the white media is giving him a pass. This is a trifling, deadbeat freak who's tricking off in bathrooms. He has a Negro slave master fetish. And it's sick as hell. And notice, none of them white feminist groups are saying nothing about him either. Boy, them white feminist groups ain't saying nothing. The white feminist groups get real damn quiet when it comes to one of theirs. There was another white dude who got convicted of rape, got a year probation. Another dude, I think it was 2 rape cases this white boy was in. This dude, white dude, raped somebody, got convicted, another slap on the wrist. I ain't talking about the one at Stanford. I'm not talking about him. There's another one. The white feminist groups say nothing. Oh yeah, the black feminists ain't saying nothing either. Oh yeah, that's their fantasy. The black feminists are probably in the bathroom with him. Yeah, they ain't saying nothing either. They probably trying to figure out which bathroom he in so they can meet him. They're trying to get some of the sperminator. Let a brother do some shit like that. You impregnating women in a bathroom. They'll come up with they lock you up. They'll come up with all types of charges on your ass. Indecent exposure. They'll have all types of charges if you were black. Knocking up women, donating sperm in a bathroom. They would have you on all types of public indecency charges, back child support charges, spreading disease charges. Oh, they would come up with every damn indecent proposal law in the book. Man, yeah, we did a story about that on melanoidnation.org. We still need editors and writers for Melanoid Nation, family. I want to get some sisters who's thorough to be full-time editors. I want to get some full-time editors, somebody who can really work with the site every day. I need somebody to be able to work with the site every day, some sisters who are thorough. That's what I really need for the melanoidnation.org. Not somebody doing this shit as a hobby. I need somebody who's serious. Email me at info@tariqelite.com. info@tariqelite.com. Another thing I was right about, y'all know I was talking about, I did that show about the thought stare. I talked about that chick, Ronnie Rose, I think that's her name. The chick who was that fan who was giving the thought stare to Steph Curry at the Golden State game. And I said, fellas, this chick right here is in the game. I can tell she's been in the game. You know, this is, you know, when hustlers know other hustlers. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. You know, I knew she was in the game just by the way she was looking. When you see a stare like that, I did a whole show talking about how seasoned women who gotten a foot in the game, I mean, you know, in a game where they selling a little something, suspected or allegedly, you know, you got to watch out. Their game is a little more crisp, so you got to watch out for it. Come to find out, they done tied her to some prostitution ring up there in the Bay, I think. You know, they done tied her. Some stories came out. She was tied to some prostitution ring up there. Now, I'm not saying good or bad, right or wrong. I'm just saying I knew that's what it was. You know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, a story came out confirming that. You know, when I see that stare, I know somebody in the game, and I'm not game shaming, you know, but that I knew that's what it was. I know, yeah, some people were kind of, no, she got a boyfriend, nigga. No, nigga, shut up. I'm trying to tell people some game, and you got the square niggas trying to interject. No, she just a fan, nigga. This chick is a hustler. She's in the game. This chick knows how to break tricks. I can see it in her eyes. Y'all square niggas, just sit back. When a nigga's trying to give y'all some real game, just take that. You alright? When somebody's trying to give y'all some game, just take that. It don't matter if she's married. There's married chicks in the game. She got a boyfriend, nigga. You talking square nigga shit. Y'all talking square nigga shit. If you don't know, I hate when square niggas are trying. Sometimes I do my shows for the advanced players. And let me tell you something. I got a show that I'm possibly going to do on YouTube, just nothing but game. And I'm probably going to make it like, because YouTube has something where you can have pay subscribers. They got channels where you can have people pay to subscribe to the page. So I'm going to put something together, a YouTube channel that's just straight game. It's straight game, because that's the thing. I hate slowing the game down for the square niggas sometimes. So this time, we're just going to do a nothing but game on this shit. Because the square niggas, you got to slow the game down a little bit. So, and sometimes I just want to chop up some real ism, some real spitting for the real players out here. For niggas, so I ain't got to slow it down, so I can throw it and niggas can catch it and we can build on that. So I'm going to do that pretty soon. I'm going to work out the logistics with YouTube. Oh yeah, I heard Tahuti got a paid channel. I got to see how he has that set up and see how that works. But that's going to be on some real player shit though. It's going to be player. None of the other bull. This is strictly player shit right here. We're going to go back to the real spitting. Heavy. You dig? I don't need it, but no, that's fine. You say you don't need it. That's fine. That's why I'm having it pay-per-view for people. If you don't need it, that's fine. It's people. If you want it, you pay for it. You subscribe to it, and then we chop it up. See, that's the thing. I don't want people talking about what they don't need. I don't need that. Okay, well, this ain't for you. It's some player only shit. So that's fine. Because people already in the room talking about what they don't need, that's fine. This is for players only. Sometimes players just want to chop it up. That's fine. You're going to have to pay for it. This is the game. It's going to be a subscribing thing. You're going to have to subscribe and chop it up like that. It's going to be like the Players Retreat. Yeah. Because that's the thing. Sometimes, because I be throwing shit out there, I be trying to give cats the game, and everything I said was spot on. Everything I said was spot on. But then you got to slow it down for the square niggas. Man, she wasn't staying at him. Her boyfriend was right there. She got a boyfriend already. Man, she just a real big fan of the team. Okay. Oh, we got square niggas at the table, boy. So look, we need an advanced player game show. So that's what we're going to do. More Russ is already coming. More Russ is popping. Yeah, more Russ is popping. That's about to roll out any day now, to be honest. Because now we still need to get into the ism. And that's the thing. I'm going to make it a pay page on YouTube, and I'm going to look and see. Y'all let me know how they got it set up. And give me some ideas on how we can set that up, by the way. Y'all email me, again, info@tariqelite.com. Let me know how YouTube has that set up. Let me know how we can do it. Because I'm thinking about doing it like a live weekly show. Do it a live weekly show where we just have people call in. Possibly do it on Tuesday or Thursday. People call in. Just give me some ideas. So just let me know how y'all want to do that. I want to make it really accessible to the listeners so I can make it easier for you to chime in and get your questions answered and just really chop up some real good shit. A female co-host might be fly too. I'm going to look into that. I might... Let me think of some stuff, because you know what might be interesting if I do get a female co-host and we can do it at a studio somewhere. Let me look around there. Like I think y'all giving me some ideas already, and I'm putting it together. Y'all giving me some ideas already, and I'm feeling it. I'm thinking I could, because there's some females that we can get down. All right, I'm getting some seeds of game here. French guy, if you ask me that one more time, I'm blocking your ass. Stop asking. Okay, let me just block you now. Hold on. French guy, I'm blocking your ass. Because you're very annoying. Very goddamn annoying. But yeah, we need a players only show. Some some of that advanced game where we're chopping it up. Yeah, the game is still needed. Sometimes we need that newism. Hold on one second. Let me get this call. The phone lines are lit up right now. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq?
What's up,
Raggedy
man?
Phone Man from
Hey, man.
Raggedy Phone Man from North Carolina.
Oh, there you go. What's going on with you, man?
Man, I'm just cool and chill, how I chill and all that. But I just got a question, man. When are you coming out to Charlotte, man? You would be shocked on how many people are into the knowledge and the ism you kick, man.
I've been to Charlotte before. I got to get back out there, man. I got to get on back out there to chop it up with the family. It's been a minute since I've been out there, but I do have to come back, man. I want to come back. I just got to find another venue, and I want to go to Raleigh, too. I had a great time when I went to Raleigh. I did a real big lecture in Raleigh years ago.
Nice.
But, yeah, I would like to come on out there, man. I want to get back out to some other spots on my tour that I have coming up. So I'll keep you posted on that, man. But thanks for the call, fam.
Definitely.
Yes, indeed. Let me see who else we got. All right. Hey, what's up? Who's calling?
What's up, Tariq? This is Big Black out of Alabama, baby.
Man, what part of Alabama you in, fam?
Mobile, Alabama, people.
Mobile. You're out there in the living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. That dude.
Hey, what you know about that MOB, Tariq?
My man. What's going on out there, man? What's on your mind?
Well, actually, Tariq, I had a quick question, man. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Go ahead.
Being a black machinist, man, I'm on the X machines. I moved to Alabama, got laid off in Houston. I got back here to Mobile, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Now, this machinist business, it ain't nothing but white supremacy. And when they find out, usually that you're smart or smarter than they are, bam, they want to hurry and find your ass.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I don't want to do that shit with white supremacy no more. I want to start my own. But when you talk about starting your own machining, you talk about a very, very deep, white-seated business, man. It ain't a whole lot of us in this game.
Yeah.
So what you recommend me doing as a brother trying to start his own machining truck?
Now, and this is what you can do, because I know with those machinists and all of that, they got unions, and it's real deep. They keep those jobs for they grandfather their relatives in. They bring they cousin, an uncle, and that shit is real deep down there in Alabama. I saw that shit growing up, where the whole family work at the plant, and that whole bullshit. You kind of have to play that game while you're working there with them. You have to understand the nepotism game. The best you can do is look at who their clients are, ear hustle, see who their clients are, and see if you start your own thing, you can get a hold of some of their clients. Unfortunately, with the clients, it's the same type of grandfathering thing, too.
Yeah, man. They won't even tell you how they get the contract. That's one of my secrets about that, man.
Exactly.
And he would not even tell me how to get a contract for Delta Airlines. He worked there for 30 years. Then he lied to me. And when I busted him in the class, he got pissed off about that.
Oh, yeah. They're not about to tell you their connections. Oh, the white supremacists, they keep their connections secret. Oh, they ain't about to tell you that at all.
Yeah,
that's why I say
they really do.
That's why what you got to do, you got to play the dumb coon role and ear hustle. That's the name of the game. When you're in there, don't challenge him. You got to do what my man Byron Allen did. This is why I love Byron Allen. Byron Allen played the corny black comedian role for a long time. Byron Allen was the non-threatening corny black guy. He played that role up for years. But what Byron Allen was doing, he was lowering the defenses of the white supremacists. So when Byron Allen went in the room, they were like, oh, he's not edgy. He's the corny black comedian. Let him on in there. So while he's smiling and shucking and jiving, Byron Allen is in there ear hustling. So Byron learned the game, and then he started branching off doing his thing. Next thing you know, Byron Allen's sitting on $500 million and nobody know how he got it. So he was in there. He played the role. You got to go in there. When you get around them, do not challenge them while you're in their shit, all right? Because we have a tendency.
Take a few times.
Yeah, we make the mistake of challenging them in their own shit. You're in a disadvantage when you're in their shit. Go in there smiling and grinning, playing the dumb slave role and ear hustle and learn the game and start getting their little contracts and all that shit. You got to do what the porters did back in the Jim Crow era. The train porters would get around white folks. Yes, the boss, you want your shoes shine? Yes, the boss. Wait! And these black porters would ear hustle, learn about stocks, learn about investments, learn about all this shit. They would smile and grin, but get all that information and go back to the black community and say, okay, look, play this number, play this, bet on this horse, invest in that stock, invest in that business, get that real estate. So those porters were balling. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to ear hustle when you get around them. Don't start trying to be the smartest nigga in the room, showing them how smart you are. No, play
They'll ever fire your ass for
yeah. Because you start doing that, they're gonna start hiding information from you. You got to be smooth like a fox on their ass. Got it?
Now, I appreciate that, brother. Now, one more thing, Tariq.
Go ahead.
You told me that they had, well, in your Hidden Colors 1, they were doing this thing over there in Ghana where they were letting blacks have citizenship.
Yes. That's the right to abode. The right to abode. From what I understand, unfortunately, there's a lot of red tape behind that. This is why when I go to Africa, I want to go to some African nations to chop it up with some of the leaders there to see what we can do about getting land and getting connections with other Africans. So that's one of my goals. And that's one of the things we should look at when we deal with African brothers and sisters. What nation can we go to in order to get land, in order to get a pass to come through and come out and kind of build with that nation as African Americans? That's something that we need to look into, and I'm going to personally start looking into that. You feel me?
Okay. Well, I ain't going to hold you up. I appreciate it, Tariq. We love what you're doing, brother.
Thank you so much, brother. Yes, indeed. Oh, that's why I love Byron Allen. Byron Allen played the game on their ass. Byron Allen played the game on their ass. That's why you got to go in there non-threatening. If you're in their shit, play like a fox. Oh, yeah, Oscar Mitchell. Yes, Oscar Mitchell. That's one of my idols, man. You know who else was a train porter? J.A. Rogers was a train porter. The great historian J.A. Rogers. Let me tell you something. If you want some study guides for the Hidden Color series, go get J.A. Rogers books. A lot of people always ask me for sources for Hidden Colors. Get all of the books by J.A. Rogers. J.A. Rogers was a black man from the Caribbean. He worked as a train porter. And working as a porter, he got to travel the world. This brother had access to libraries that the average black person didn't have access to. He would ear hustle, learn the game. And this brother would ear hustle information. J.A. Rogers' books are decades ahead of their time, man. This brother wrote books during the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. This brother was decades ahead of his time. Get his book. His books has pictures in it. J.A. Rogers is amazing, man. Get his books, man. This brother was an impeccable historian. Yes, our brother James Small has a hotel out there in Ghana. Sex, Race. What's this book? Sex, Race, and History. What is it? Because he has like 4 or 5 volumes in that book. It's Sex, Race, and something. Superman to Man is good. But what's it's Sex, Race, and something. All of those books are good. I didn't see the BET Awards yet because I'm doing this show. I'm going to see it after I'm done with this. But that, man, J.A. Rogers broke the shit down, man. This brother's books are incredible. Sex and Race. Yeah, Nature Knows No Color Lines. That's another good book. And this brother has receipts, man. I'm talking about this brother had all types of references, photographs, pictures. Sex and race, yeah. Y'all remember a few years ago, and this goes back to the game that we're going to be spitting on the YouTube page. Y'all remember some years ago, I told y'all, I said, there's something about Carrie Hilson. I told y'all years ago, I said, there's something about Carrie Hilson there's a freak in there. The average dude can't see it, but I see it. I did a show about that years ago. And remember, I did a little sketch on my show where I called a hotel. I said, I'm going to book a hotel with me and Carrie Hilson. I called a hotel in Atlanta and booked a room for me and Carrie Hilson as a joke. Because I said, there's something about Carrie Hilson. There's a freak in her. There's something in her damn eye that's special. I can see it. There's something about her ass. I said, it ain't just because she's cute. There's a lot of cute motherfuckers, but there's something about her that's freaky as shit. There's something about her that's kind of special. I just see it in her eyes. Because there's a lot of cute singers out there, but there's something real. I told y'all there was something about her ass. I could see it in her eye. I knew there was a goddamn freak. Did y'all see that shit she did with that popsicle? She was kind of bullshitting around on her Snapchat last week, and she deep-throated a popsicle, just kind of bullshitting around. I said, damn it, I knew it. Check this. Check this out.
Dude, now I'm shopping happily.
So you can do the whole thing.
Dude, now I'm shopping happily.
So you can do the whole thing.
Dude.
Well, she took that motherfucker to the dome. Boy, she deep-throated that popsicle. Niggas start freaking out over that shit. I'm like, I'm not shocked. I knew that was up in there. Said she got fucked up feet. I got to look at her feet. Yeah, I knew something was freaky about her ass. I could see it in her eyes. And even when she put that popsicle in her mouth, she rolled her eyes back. She had the thought stare. Oh, she had the thought stare in her eyes. And her mama was egging her on. So she was raised to be a freak. Oh, I knew it. All that little goody two-shoes shit she be trying to pull off, I could see it in her eyes. I knew that was there. She took that shit to the dome. So her mama done taught her how to be a damn freak. Oh, there's no gag reflex. Nothing. My goodness. And she had a thought bringing, not an upbringing, but a thought bringing. Ain't nothing wrong with a little thought up in them. Just a little thought, just a little mixture of thought. You know, not saying that she's a full thought, but there's a little thought up in her. I got to look at her feet. Somebody's saying her feet are jacked up. Nigga, but she did that, nigga. She did that, and that's something very special for women who can do that. There's a special place in society that we need to have for women who can do good things like that for the community. That's a wonderful thing. But anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here, man. It's almost 10 o'clock. I got shit to do. I got a long day tomorrow. Ola, if you're in here, man, Ola, we need to check some DC venues. I want to check the Atlanta venue. Check that Chicago venue because I want to hit all these places up back to back while I'm on tour in July. All my tour information is going to be up on Tariq Live this week while we get all the tour dates locked up and locked in. I want y'all to come out and join me. We're going to have a great time on the new lecture tour this summer. We're going to have a great time. We're chopping up with the family. Email me, Tariq, info@TariqElite.com. Go to HiddenColorsFilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. Go to TariqElite.com to get all that fresh gear.